Alright, Shalom Akim. It's a high spirit within Judah of the GMS Mississippi count. Giving our honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakwadash. Also, when to give double honor to our apostles, the great millstone, rule well. Peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. Alright, and I just want to say, it's about the spiritual things. Something that Elder Apostle Ramlab, told us when he was down here. The spirit was on him to really just start speaking, man, start really prophesizing. All right, but he was saying certain things, and he was like, people want to focus on, owning their home and getting off the grid and making a certain amount of money and not working for Esau. But really, it's about the spiritual things. And what happened is, once you get caught up in that mindset, you will miss the spiritual things. And I would like to internalize that because, I've experienced certain things where I had to hustle up money, or, I made enough money to just pay my bills. But in between that, I saw spiritual things. I saw signs that said, in so many words, just have faith. And I felt that those things were happening so the Most High can condition me to trust Him. Because as long as you are in this truth, and as long as you are doing the works, all right, the Most High, He's going to take care of you, man. Matthew 6:33. You might pass a license plate that says 633. What do you think that means, man? Seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you, man. So you have to understand the proper context as to why you have what you have, man. If you have a roof over your head, if you have food in your refrigerator, if you have gas in your car, all right, if you have clothes on your back, all right, man, hey, that's the Most High giving you enough to sustain yourself to really teach, man. We're here to teach. We're not here to have longevity and create generational wealth in Babylon. We might as well have been inside of Gomorrah talking about, being rich. And I'm not knocking any brother that advances himself, okay? But there's a balance to everything, okay? And gold is like a spirit in itself. Money is like a spirit in itself. And I'm not going to say it's a demon, but it's a spirit, man. And it draws out a spirit in you, man. All right. And you can say whatever you want to say about it. But at the end of the day, it's a spirit and it draws out something in you. It's like a liquor. A liquor is a spirit. It's an energy. And it draws out a characteristic in you, man. It draws out a spirit or a personality within you, man. All right. So we have to understand proper context as to why we are here in Babylon in the first place, and understand the purpose of us being here. And once you understand the purpose, you will understand the proper context of how you deal with money. All right? Because if the purpose of us is to prophesy of this place before it gets destroyed, then you understand that money isn't a high priority here. Okay? Because it'd behoove you really to be in situations financially where you have to trust the Most High that He has you, even if it feels uncomfortable. It's better to be in those situations where you're forced to trust in the Most High, and then when it's all said and done, the Most High came through. It's better to be in that situation knowing that in the near future, some of us are going to be pushed in situations where we're not going to know where our next meal is going to come from. We're about to put on a book bag and haul ass. And what's your bank account going to do when you can't touch your money unless you got what? The RFID chip. No, I speak as a man, but you think every business is going to do fever checks? All right? Every business is going to do fever. They're going to start doing fever checks. That's an inconvenience to fever check everybody before they walk in. That's an inconvenience to tell everybody they have a mask on. What they can do, they can put a chip in your ass. And if you walk in the door and that motherfucker, excuse my language, if you walk in the door and that monitor goes off, then your ass gonna have to turn around or you gonna get quarantined. That's more of a convenience. All right? So with that being said, we're not gonna be able to make transactions without some type of digital implant. Some type of implant, man. They're gonna synchronize everything in your bank account, all your information, your bank information into a chip, man. That's going to be the new currency that you don't have to put your hands on, man. All right? So with that being said, what's the purpose of planning for the next 50 years of your life, man. All right. And it's truth. You're going to have to resist. You're going to have to deal with conversations with your family as to why you're not really planning 20 years ahead. You're going to have to deal with your significant other, your woman, kind of looking at you like, you could do more. Don't get me wrong. You can do more. You can get certain trades. You can. But I'm talking about really going out of state and going to this college. Nah, man. And doing this for 6 years. Like, nah, because the Most High, he has us on this side to understand the spiritual things. You have to understand, why is he putting you in circumstances where you're forced to trust him? Because he's conditioning you, all right, for your faith. The most important thing you're going to need in the near future is your faith. I've been having all types of signs of hell to come. And even as a man, it's going to shake me up, man. But with that being said, I would rather have $0 and 100% faith than $1 million and 0% faith, man. Because hope of great success, financial success in this society can equal a tremendous loss of faith in the time of Jacob's trouble. Because I believe, man, we're coming into a time that it's going to be hard to keep your mind steady, man. It said men's heart fell in love with fear. Then it says in Jeremiah, there's going to be a time of Jacob's trouble, roughly paraphrasing, that's going to surpass any other time in history. Do you know how grimy history is? We're in the what you call a developed society, man. All right, we don't live in a third world country. You know how grimy a third world country is? The ancient world had the griminess and the grim of a third world country. You know how many wars, how many casualties, how many countries were burnt to the ground, and thousands of people died in one battle, man, and women and children ravished. And it's at the time of Jacob's trouble is gonna be worse than all those signs, man, on American soil. All right, you better pray and hope for faith. Because faith is going to be the highest commodity, man. I'm not saying this to shoot down any brother's ambition. It's all about proper context as to what you do things with, man. Hey, man, gather a faith, man. All right, because gold and silver or a garden or, certain things can only get you so far, but you don't know how this thing is going to hit you, man. You don't know how this thing, in what directions these different events gonna come, man. All right. And keep in mind, you can't eat money. You can't eat money. If money's in your bank account, you can't eat that stuff. You might be in a situation where your survival is the things around you. And I do believe, hey, when the scripture said we're gonna eat and have abundance, that's gonna be the most. That's gonna make a way for us to eat and have abundance, man. I believe in that. I'm not looking at how it's gonna play out. I believe that. I believe it's gonna come a time where I might have to put my book bag on and leave, and after that, I'm gonna walk by faith. Even now, I've had minor situations that exercise my faith, but I would like to think that it's building me to walk by faith in the times to come, man. All right, because it's gonna get grim, man. It's gonna get grimy, man, and it's gonna be like watching probably 5 different movies at one time, like Final Destination, Saving Private Ryan, all at one time, like a war scene and all these different things happening at one time, because it's going to be judgment going forth in the city of Babylon, man. But with that being said, bro, or Akim, hey, man, gather faith, man, and pay attention to the spiritual things, man. All right, and we made certain decisions. We've made certain decisions that affected us that, we had to go through hard times based off decisions we've made, or we'll make poor decisions. But at the end of the day, it was experiences for our growth. You have to learn the spiritual things out of every situation, learn things about yourself, man. Don't be too hard on yourself, man. All right? And just pray, and I'll pray to you, how about Shema Shai for keeping us in this truth? But take heed to the spiritual things, man. But with that, Shalom.